humans are going to play a role within AI for the coming decade for sure. AI is not only solving lots and lots of business case problems, but also helping humanity in multitudes of ways live better and more fulfilling lives.
Hey guys, welcome back to Altcoin Buzz Spotlight with me, Leah Heilpan, the show where we speak to entrepreneurs, innovators, and thought leaders in the cryptocurrency and the blockchain space. The world of blockchain and cryptocurrency is being used for a lot of innovation in existing business and in new businesses. Joining me today is Chris, the CEO of Effect.AI, the company bringing blockchain technology to the world of artificial intelligence with a social good twist. If you enjoyed the segment, then don't forget to hit the like button and let us know in the comment section below who you want us to interview next and which topics you want us to cover. Chris, welcome to the program. How are you doing today?
Hi, Leah. Very, very good. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. Now, I've been super excited to chat to you because you actually cross on two of my favorite topics, right? So we've got crypto, but you also touch on AI. So that is super exciting. I think artificial intelligence. I just totally nerd out when I hear artificial intelligence, basically. So talk to me about Effect.AI and how it actually integrates with AI. What does it do? Where's the connection?
Yeah, totally fair. So Effect.AI essentially is building a decentralized network for artificial intelligence development. And we build software tools to help companies, clients, and organizations build AI infrastructure, deploy that, and then run that on their systems. So we incorporate with our first phase of our project, basically a data structuring or a data labeling platform to allow these companies to actually start structuring and using their data effectively. The foundational layer of artificial intelligence is high quality training data. And so that's kind of what we're helping our clients with today. And how we incorporate blockchain technology is kind of the fundamental way that you would, the most commonly way, is the transfer of value. So if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other blockchain protocols, you have people that are incentivized for doing certain tasks within the network. So either mining, you'll get a reward for that, or a validator node to validate the ledgers. We have a platform where we reward users of the network for structuring data for our clients. And we're able to connect with tens of thousands of different people globally because of the borderless transactions that can occur with blockchain technology. So people in our competing centralized brothers, we've got a leg up on them using blockchain. So basically that's how we're using blockchain currently, but then there's all kinds of different ways that we propose to use blockchain and cryptocurrencies leading into the future of this decentralized network for artificial intelligence.
Okay, interesting. We'll get to that. But I do always find it fascinating how these two kind of industries, I guess you could call them, are sort of crossing paths and in some ways helping each other both move forward and progress. So it is quite an interesting one. So you guys have been around for a couple of years now. So tell me, how has it been the last 2 years and what kind of challenges have you faced, particularly this year, you know, with everything that's going on with the global pandemic?
Yeah, well, there's always challenges no matter what you're doing in life when it comes to business and new ventures, and this certainly isn't different. We're working with new technologies like blockchain. The infrastructure of blockchain 3 years ago when we started was not fully there yet, but looked very promising, and we were very excited to help build that ecosystem. And then artificial intelligence, though, you know, the first applications were decades ago, we're still looking at a very, very new world of artificial intelligence and the different use cases that you can use them with. So for us, initially, we built on the Neo blockchain, as many of our community members would know. That infrastructure just did not handle what we were trying to accomplish. We needed something a little bit faster, a little bit more tools. And then with artificial intelligence, the same thing applied, where we were talking to clients. We built our platform, connected it to blockchain technology, and built this ecosystem of registered workers that qualified to do all kinds of tasks. But then we were offering clients all kinds of data solutions where it was a little bit confusing for them. So we started to refine our focus and just concentrate on a few different elements and areas of artificial intelligence. And over the last, I would say, 18 months, things have been going phenomenally well. We take a very practical approach to AI development and blockchain solutions. So for our clients, we're able to gain access to very large, publicly traded sometimes companies and governments to partner with us and use our technology, because what we're doing is pretty practical, pretty simple to understand, and very useful for the clients that we're using. So it's been great in the face of Corona.
In the face of Corona, I love that.
Yeah, it's been a big challenge for a lot of people globally, but for us, most of our user base most of our user base is global, and so it's really been working out very well. And our client base are looking for solutions that they can outsource and start incorporated automated systems, and that's exactly what we do for them. So Corona for us in the past 6 months, things have been incredibly great for us, not only for our usership, but our client base, our revenue, and everything has just taken off like wildfire. So the last couple of years, many challenges and bumpy roads, but things are looking very bright right now.
Good, that's great to hear. And I find it so interesting because a lot of people that I speak to in this space often say, yes, it's been challenging 2020, but actually they found a lot of value in what's going on, and it sort of helped in ways that they didn't think it could help. And I think that's really cool. It kind of just shows us, that this industry could technically be, the future, the way forward. But, we talk a lot about blockchain, and I don't think the connection between blockchain and AI is necessarily that clear. So in simple terms, can you break down the connection between these two entities?
Yes, there's zero knowledge proofs and there's nodes and there's this and there's that. There's consensus algorithms. There's all these confusing terms in blockchain, and in AI you have deep learning, neural networks, and everything else. Here's how practical we are, because there's a lot of projects in the space that are very high level and hypothetical, technology that they're building. But for us, we really take a fundamental, practical approach to blockchain and AI and how they're kind of married to each other, at least in the initial stages. And so what we do is we just help. We build a platform that's built on the blockchain, so anybody with a wallet can join our platform. Customers of ours put their data into the platform, and our workforce that are global, so if you need somebody Spanish to label some data in Spanish, these people, you can curate that workforce and they'll label and tag the data necessary that you need. And then we pay them in cryptocurrencies, because that bypasses financial systems that are taking value every stage of the way. So for our clients, it's very simple. They don't care about the cryptocurrency part. They just kind of basically give us the money. We broker that on exchanges to gather our cryptocurrency to put on the platform. In return, they get high quality structured data back, and structured data is the building blocks of any AI solution. So that's where we start. That is the Effect network at the very phase one beginning, and pretty practical. People understand data. The more data you have, the better algorithms and AI services you can create, and that's what machine learning is based on. So that's how we marry it at this phase of our project. But as we go deeper, artificial intelligence can play vital and incredible roles in decentralized systems, as we see with consensus algorithms already, is one point, but using autonomous agents like AI agents within these networks. And I don't want to go too complex on people, but when it comes to like decentralized autonomous organizations, AI development and AI within those systems are going to make them much more effective and efficient and fair to the members that are doing that. And we have that coming up within the next few months, the next stage of decentralization for our network.
Okay, so we've clarified and gone into detail about what you guys do and how that relates to AI. But in brief, how does Effect.AI differ from Singularity Net and Ocean Protocol?
Yes, listen, that's an excellent question, and it's asked a lot. And when we were coming up in mid-2017, that was also a question that was asked quite frequently. Again, Effect.ai, we're here for the long term, and we feel that the long term, the easiest way to be a long-term project is to be practical. Use the elements of technology that currently already exist and add some features to them, like blockchain, an exchange of value across the blockchain. Take simple algorithms into this automation mix for your clients and continue to speak to our clients and ask them what else they need, because we can't be long-term if we don't have long-term clients. So we're constantly and always working with our clients and developing our technology based on their needs moving forward, and incorporating cool things for them to test out to see how it goes. With other projects in the space, and listen, all due respect to Singularity Net, all due respect in a massive way to Ocean Protocol, because I'm friends with a lot of the founders that have come and gone from Ocean Protocol. I'm friends with members of Singularity Net, and we're part of an organization together. But what these two organizations are building are incredibly complex frameworks that are very deep, very large, and very, very, very complex, with many, many moving parts, and could take years to actually build, develop, and deploy. So a lot of what they're doing is very hypothetical and speculative networks that may or may not. Now, if Ocean Protocol, they work in the data industry, and we love what they're doing, if they succeed, the upside is absolutely huge. Singularity Net, building autonomous agents, for Sophia and these types of things, could be absolutely huge. But for us, we take a practical approach from the bottom up. We have revenue, we have clients, we have real use cases. We have developed real technology for our clients, working very closely with governments, nonprofit organizations, and huge publicly traded companies. For us, that's our go-to-market strategy to be able to be here for the long term. And we've worked with Ocean and Singularity Net on other initiatives and stuff, but I think we've kind of separated a little bit of the practical and high-level technical builds, where we're building a little bit more practical.
Okay, so very much just different ways of doing things, I guess, to put it down to like the simple kind of different the differences between you two guys. But this is a tough global market, and you guys actually give people the opportunity to earn based on their skills. So how exactly do you guys do this? What kind of jobs can people get? And how many currently are actually earning an income through this?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So to do full circle on our platform and our workforce, and especially these times with Corona, what our platform enables people to do globally is join our network, register their wallet address, and start working on our platform from anywhere, from any device at any time of the day. Whether you want to work long hours or you want to work short hours, we have many tasks that are on our platform that these people can do. And when I talk about tasks, I'm talking about data labeling tasks, AI-related tasks like translation tasks, transcription, and these types of tasks. So there's a variety of things people can do. We've had about 5,400 members. We were actually just putting numbers together today for one of our new partnerships. So we have many members that are qualified in many different things. Right now, what we are doing is we're very focused on NLP. Now, there's two sides of artificial intelligence, two main sides of artificial intelligence. You have computer vision, which is basically teaching machines and computers to see like humans, like autonomous cars. You have your Tesla. This is computer vision AI software that's running that car. The other side of the spectrum is natural language processing, which is considered the holy grail, because this is teaching computers and machines to understand the various types of things us humans are saying in our speech. It's a little bit freaky, but it's like that's the holy grail. Computer vision is very easy, and most companies that are structuring data are doing computer vision tasks. We were much more attracted to the Holy Grail. So we've incorporated thousands of translators recently across our network in about 12 languages now to help our machines and algorithms translate vast quantities of material for our clients right now. So we're really into the natural language processing, developing algorithms that can understand, hear, and work with human languages. I think there's many, as freaky as it is, there's many use cases that are going to help humanity in incredible ways that people don't even understand yet. So that's what we're focused on. Since we've focused on that, yeah, we've tagged some massive clients. But we also have computer vision. And this is a network that's built on top of the blockchain, but it's a protocol in itself. So anybody can use what we call Effect Force. That's the platform where these workers work from all over the globe. Anybody can put their own data in there, structure their own tasks, and get something back. So the freelance marketplace in the days of Corona is huge for clients who are outsourcing this stuff because they're missing employees coming into the office. And then for people all over the world that have lost their jobs and are looking for opportunities, yeah, Effect Force by Effect.AI is probably the best platform they can come to.
Well, there you go. But sort of just back to what you were saying, about NLP, it does just freak me out. I think there are so many possibilities when it comes to AI and sort of, machine learning, machines teaching machines. We don't really know what's going to happen next with all of this. But I do love it, and I am excited to sort of see how it goes and where it goes. Yeah,
I will elaborate a little bit on this fear, because it's very easy to feel this way, especially with like my favorite in the world, Elon Musk, saying like it's troublesome. But when he's talking about that, he's not talking about anytime soon. So I do believe we have a lot of time, and that's why a lot of people might be listening and going, wait a minute. These humans tagging data, but that's not AI. Humans are going to play a role within AI for the coming decade for sure. 10 years, humans are going to be very, very involved in the data structuring and the fundamental growth of artificial intelligence and how it develops. So I think we're many decades away from where things get scary, and I think there'll be a lot of solutions that come up where people understand, wait a minute, AI is not only solving lots and lots of business case problems, but also helping humanity in multitudes of ways live better and more fulfilling lives. So yeah,
we will see. We will see.
We will see. On the right side. So what we're trying to do with Effect.AI is have this decentralized and democratic open ecosystem so we can fight the powers of like Google and Amazon and these guys who are stealing data, not just from consumers, but from companies and governments all of the time. So it's part of our initiative to tackle that problem.
Power back to the people. I love it. So we were talking about jobs earlier. So I want to know, wouldn't it be easier if a stable coin like DAI or USDC was used for payments rather than EFX?
Wow. So yeah, EFX is the lifeblood. So that's our cryptocurrency that runs within our network. And yes, it's a volatile cryptocurrency. As we all know, cryptocurrencies tend to be on the volatile side unless it's a stable coin. So in our white paper, which we wrote back in 2017, we were already talking about all of these DeFi solutions within our white paper. We were talking about stablecoins before stablecoins were popular. You had USDT, but that was your only solution back then. And we've already formulated what we call the Galaxy Pool. So this is a liquid market of different assets and different features and services to the workforce to be able to get in and get out of our native currency EFX if they wish to do so. But going straight to a stable coin or a fiat currency or anything like this doesn't allow the users of our network to understand what cryptocurrencies are, what investments might be, what kind of DeFi and other kinds of services that are coming out of this technological space. So we really encourage them. With the workforce, I'm on a call with them every single week. So we have thousands of workers, and I have a personal call with them every week to give them updates on our network, on the work that they're doing, what our clients have to say. And so, yeah, I think that that's a very important part to allow them to understand the technologies that we're using and not limit them. But it's a great point, and we're building in all kinds of systems to be able to get them in and out quickly and effectively so they don't have to worry about the volatility. But I will say over the last 5 or 6 months since we've been onboarding more and more clients, the price of the EFX token has gone up exponentially, just absolutely incredibly. And so some of these workers are looking at it and now going, wait a minute, what I got paid a few months ago, I kept some of that, and now it's worth 10 times what it was before. Chris, can we talk about this on the next call? And then we talk and we train and we teach. So yeah, it's a fun element, but yeah, something we were continually address moving forward when new technologies and new products come out that we can use to help our workforce and clients get in and get out.
Now, speaking of moving forward, we have sort of touched on this, but let's get more info on it. So you guys said that you moved from NEO to EOS, but at the moment you guys are still sort of not quite settled with a proper blockchain. So when ERC20 token and when Uniswap?
The kids and their Uniswap. I live under a rock, I think. So I'm the host of a few conferences where I'm learning how far this technology has come, because we have been so laser focused with the blinders on about Effect.AI. I recently hosted the DeFi 2020 conference and Blockdown. I'm the host of both the Blockdowns and the next one coming up. So I'm learning a lot about what's out there. So yes, we went from NEO. NEO did not work in so many various ways. I'm not going to get into it on this interview, but it didn't work. So we did a token swap, thinking and believing that that's where we needed to be on the EOS blockchain. And I'll explain quickly why. I have a lot of friends in the network, many in London. I had some friends that were connected to EOS, and they invited me to be a mentor at the EOS hackathon in London. I've been in the blockchain space and the cryptocurrency space since 2015. So I remember being in Melbourne, Australia at the Bitcoin meetups with about 5 guys in a room saying Bitcoin's going to be something one day. I went there for the free beers and the fun talks about the potential of the future. But that's where I came from. I went to this hackathon in London, which was at the Science Museum in London. 750 participants in this hackathon and 75 mentors. I walk in, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe how far we came. I had tears in my eyes. So as I'm coaching the teams, they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I got stuff in my eyes, man." But it was the most amazing thing to see that from Bitcoin and the thought of Bitcoin to this. Yeah. So immediately my technical team were also mentors. I ended up winning the best mentor, even from Block 1 guys and EOS guys, because I was the most motivated. I didn't sleep for 3 days and just coached everybody. But that's when we decided this might be the right blockchain for us. It turns out that the community went away a little bit and whatever else, we're at the foundational things. But the EOS blockchain, the technology itself is, I will say this out loud to everybody, it's far superior technology to anything that's out there. So for us, it works for us, but the entry, there's a barrier to entry for a lot of the people. So we have to build these tools, and the community is more concerned about the block producers and governance than building the tools that we need. Mm-hmm. But I do believe, listen, when Uniswap, when ERC, when BEP2 Binance token, I don't know. Right now, our project is running very successfully on the EOS blockchain with a lot of problems, but there will be no less problems if we move to Ethereum. So we are thinking about a few solutions. We've always claimed we're blockchain agnostic. We're not going to jump on the EOS bandwagon, the ETH bandwagon, the Binance chain bandwagon. We will go where it's best for our clients and our workers, and that's what we will always do. But wrapping an ERC20 token might be a very nice way to incorporate a vast new community of people to get access and participate in the Effect network. So we'll see, maybe soon.
Okay, wow, damn, that's quite an emotional journey there. And yeah, look, blockchain agnostic, I think it's probably a smart thing. There's a lot of tribalism in this community, so sort of taking that sort of objective approach, for the sake of your clients, for the sake of your, successful business and so on, sounds like probably a smart move to make. But speaking of clients, so you have quite an interesting one. So talk to me, what do you guys do with Kraft Heinz? Because isn't Heinz a ketchup company, or are we missing something here? What does AI have to do with any of this?
Kraft Heinz is one of our biggest and best clients. We love those guys over there. It's a massive, massive client, a massive revenue stream for us, and hundreds, I think it's in the thousands of workers work basically full time on structuring data and building out stuff for Kraft Heinz. Yes, they do ketchup. They do it very well. They do Kraft dinner in America and Canada very well as well. I grew up on the stuff, but they also produce more food lines and more products than most food companies. A lot of people don't know that Kraft Heinz, the ketchup company, they're a publicly traded company worth, I don't know, $25-30 billion. They have manufacturing facilities and HR and everything else globally across, I don't know, about 25 different countries. So what we do for Kraft Heinz is they have a bunch of documents that they need internally to communicate across all of these various countries and languages about their processes in manufacturing, HR processes, internal processes, all of these things that any global company would have. And we do their translations for these documents on our platform. They came to us and asked us, they said, listen, their data science team came to visit us in Amsterdam at Science Park, where we have an additional office. And they said, listen, what do you guys do? Sounds really interesting. Mm-hmm. What is one of the coolest things that your platform can accomplish? And I said, we can do translations with the incorporations of human validators and a bunch of algorithms. We can do it faster and we can do it more cost effective than anybody you're ever using. And they're like, our translation company, we've been with for 25 years. So we'd love to give you a go just to see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And we've been working with them ever since. We do things about 60% faster than any translation company. The quality is the same par you'll get with the best, the absolute best agencies in the world. And so quicker and more cost effective by about 30-40%. So that's one product that we've built on top of our network, and anybody can do the same. So that's what we're doing with Kraft Heinz.
Nice. Now, just finally, you're also doing some other interesting stuff, potentially with the Singapore government. So are these just rumors or is something actually happening on that front?
Definitely not rumors. So that's actually, it's public, but from a long time ago. So we've been working with them for a very long time. And I'll explain what that is and how that came to be. We have many friends in Singapore. So our friends kind of hooked us up with a few of the different AI companies and people out in that ecosystem. And it ended up leading us to the Singapore government saying, hey, listen, we need to build a Google Maps for our citizens because we're sick and tired of Google and these big American companies stealing our data. Our companies and our citizens have to tap into this expensive technology. If you use Google Maps, the API, there's a lot of stuff there. So governments and organizations all over the world are playing catch up with these big AI companies like Google. And so Singapore came to us and they said, listen, here's high definition satellite images of our country. Can you get your workforce to first categorize the images between business districts, residential, nature, water, and these types of things, and then we'll move from there. So we did hundreds of thousands of data annotations on all of their maps and essentially built the data set that they need to build their own Google Maps for their citizens and their governments so they have control over their own data. So that's one use case that all governments will essentially do eventually. Mm-hmm. Singapore is just leading the pack on just catching up very, very quickly. So yeah, we've been working with them. We labeled all the points of interest with our workforce. We identified everything that Google Maps has. We've put that together for them, and now we're working on like a little bit higher level stuff with those guys. So that relationship continues as well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Singapore is at the center of all of this. So I'm really excited to see how this relationship develops. Chris, I want to thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. I'm so excited again, just to see how everything goes down with blockchain and AI. And I guess sort of see them sort of work interchangeably and I guess innovate both, help innovate both industries. So Chris, thank you so much. Such a pleasure having you on.
Leah, it's my absolute pleasure. I will join you absolutely anytime. I'd love to catch up again in the future for an update. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
That would be great. I'm sure we'll have you back. Thanks, Chris.